Good morning. We are here in Civitavecchia. This is the stop for Rome, but you are not anywhere near Rome. And you can pay a ton of money to take a bus into Rome, but then traffic can be an issue. So we decided we were going to be brave and take the train. We got off the ship this morning and immediately got a taxi, which we were told wasn't going to be possible. Took us straight to the train station. Already got our tickets on the Trenitalia app, and we know how it works from our time in Livorno, and so we are gonna sit here. We got about 45 minutes till our train shows up today, and then we are going to the Coliseum first thing.
Day whatever this is, 5, the weather is still perfect.
Yeah, it looks like it may rain a little bit, but
It's not humid.
I ain't mad about that.
It's not humid,
No.
and it's not hot.
Yeah, which is so fortunate because I think it can get really hot here really fast. So stay with us today. It's going to be a fun one. Let's go see some Roman sights.
The train ride takes between an hour and an hour and a half. Not booking a tour through the cruise line can be risky because if you're late, the ship won't wait for you. However, since the ship will be in Naples tomorrow, we could catch up if necessary.
We made our way to the Rome Termini station and then took the metro to Coliseum station. Trust me, stepping out of the station and seeing the Coliseum in all its glory was absolutely worth the trip.
Made it to the Coliseum. It was a little confusing at the train station how to get to the metro portion, and it was in the same building, but they made us go up and down a bunch of stairs and flights, escalators, but we're here. Once we got our tickets, it was pretty easy. You just got on and it was 2 stops away from the Termini station, and now look at what we get to go do. The tickets we got for today allow us to go down on the floor of the Coliseum. It's a unique experience. There's lots of different options for touring the Coliseum, but we really wanted to go down and see what the gladiators experienced.
We booked our tour through Viator, and it was super easy to find the meeting spot. We wanted a guided tour, and this was much cheaper than booking through the cruise line.
Now let's talk about these cobblestones. They're called Pietrini, and they were laid out by the Romans to last.
Here's the Arch of Constantine, celebrating his victory securing control over the Western Roman Empire. It features intricate carvings that highlight his rise to power. And then, of course, there's the Colosseum. It used to be covered with marble. Those holes are actually the result of stone robbers who took the marble for other buildings during the Renaissance.
It's pretty fanatic, but of course the tour guide's from Jersey, and she said herself, that'll explain a lot. Very fast-paced. We're kind of just popping through, but she certainly knows all of her stuff. She's really ripping off the facts left and right.
It's really interesting.
It's really interesting. It's really cool.
Learning so much. We'll try to fill you in later. There in front of us is the Roman aqueduct. One of the reasons why the civilization of Rome was so successful, because they had water. Getting ready to go into Palatine Hill, checking it out.
It's very crowded and just prepared for lots of lines.
You know, get yourself one of these.
Best invention ever!
Best $10 I ever spent.
Palatine Hill is often dubbed the Beverly Hills of Rome. This was where the city's elite lived, enjoying the prime real estate of ancient Rome. These apartments were primarily for sleeping. Living and socializing happened outside these walls.
Palatine Hill is also one of the largest active archaeological sites in the world. Here you'll find everything from ancient warehouses to grand architectural features.
Here are the Farnaceae Veries. They were part of the extensive gardens and complex built by the Roman emperors and featured spacious areas where birds could fly around.
From up here, you get some fantastic panoramic views of Rome, including a glimpse of the Roman Forum. The perspective from Palatine Hill really puts the scale of ancient Rome into context.
One of the standout features here is the three-arch structure known as Domitian's Amphitheater. It was used for smaller scale performances and ceremonies, and the central throne-like seat was likely reserved for the emperor or other high-ranking officials.
The Arch of Titus honors his victory in the Jewish War. Despite his brief 3-year reign, he made a significant impact on Roman history.
This is the Temple of Venus, and these purple pillars were not just decorative. The color and material were considered highly luxurious in ancient Rome, as the purple dye was rare and very expensive.
I'm worried about my ankles here.
Please don't trip.
Very large cobblestones.
You must look down while you're walking.
You must, yeah. I was just saying that, getting the guide and the tour, despite the stairs and covering a lot of ground very quickly because she's on a time schedule. She's a little more interested in the time schedule than the athleticism of our group. However, without her perspective, this would be completely overwhelming.
She's really knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable.
I'm learning a lot.
There's a lot of information.
Plus, she found the clean bathrooms and the free water fountains.
Nice sneak
so great.
The other thing is, if you did it by yourself, this would be way overwhelming.
Oh, I agree.
Way too much stuff. You wouldn't know what any of it is. You'd have to spend a lot of time here.
I'll drop a link in the description, so if you want to take this tour, you'll be able to do it as well.
Yeah. Ask for Sarah.
Sarah is amazing.
It's finally time to explore the Coliseum. This landmark is even more impressive up close.
We're inside.
We're getting ready to go down into the belly of the Coliseum. This is going to be so much fun.
So cool. This is incredible. And again, don't do this without a guide.
Yeah, no way.
The Coliseum could hold up to 50,000 spectators, and here's a unique feature added so the roughly 200 Coliseum cats can come and go freely.
We also checked out the Gladiators Gate. This is where gladiators would have entered the arena, ready for their dramatic and often deadly contests.
Walking onto the floor of the Coliseum is a surreal experience. The scale of the place is massive, and you really get a sense of its grandeur.
This is super cool, super rad. See their names carved into their seats over there? The senators with the good seats, the VIPs.
First impressions of inside the Coliseum. We are standing on the floor of the Coliseum right now. This is absolutely stunningly incredible. I can't believe that we're here.
Right? We took a tour that included getting to come down to the Forum or to the Coliseum floor, and I highly recommend doing that. It's a completely different perspective, and most of the other tours only go around the upstairs there.
Beautiful.
You might notice that half the floor is missing. That's because it was originally covered with a wooden floor and sand. The structure beneath was designed to hold elaborate sets for naval battles and other events. Speaking of naval battles, the Coliseum was once flooded to stage these grand events. But it wasn't just about battles. There were also mock hunts and other performances.
various holes in the walls. This is how the animals entered the arena. The holes are different sizes and just big enough for the animal to come out.
And these trapdoors for the gladiators allowed for dramatic and surprise entrances and exits during the performances.
And inside the Coliseum, you can see artifacts up close and the remains of the marble seats reserved for senators by name. This was considered luxury seating for the grand events. So what'd you think?
The Coliseum was absolutely amazing. We got to go down on the floor and it was so cool. What a unique perspective.
What do you think, Pepper?
There were a lot of cool things to see in there. I learned a lot of things about a lot of words we use, the idea that they invented tickets for this kind of thing. The word arena comes from the word for sand, which comes from this place where they put, I think she said
3 inches.
Yeah, 6'3", 6 inches, whatever. That was the floor of the Coliseum that they had to fight in and run around in, and that's why we use the word arena for arena floors.
And it was to hide the trapdoors because the gladiators would come up from underneath in a trapdoor, but the animals would come in from the side.
Yeah.
Randy, what was your favorite part?
Oh my God, just the beauty of it all and the architecture is amazing. I mean, to think some of the stones were fit together so without mortar or anything and so tight you couldn't even fit a piece of paper through it. It's amazing.
It was really pretty cool, and I'm just so glad we got to check this one off the list. But now it's time to go find some lunch. We stopped for a little lunch at a restaurant right across the street from the Coliseum. Now, that's something that they tell you not to do, but actually,
It actually was pretty good.
I really like mine. We're going to show you some of that footage here. And now we are heading back down to the metro. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, so we're not going to get to see the Trevi Fountain. We'll have to come back some other day to see that because we don't want to miss our ship and our return train ticket home. We are still going to get a few souvenirs before we go because that is really important to us. So gotta go get our treasures.
Yes.
And next stop will be back to Civitavecchia. One more thing, our tour guide told us that today the scaffolding up on the Coliseum is from firefighters that are practicing to lower the Italian flag. They're practicing with just like a white sheet today, and they're going to be lowering the Italian flag down the Coliseum this weekend because it is a national holiday. So that's pretty cool. There they are with the little white canvas. I bet they have just the most spectacular view up there, don't you?
Absolutely.
The train is going to put me to sleep. I already know it. A lot of early mornings, a lot of walking. What's our steps for today? I'm going to check how many steps we've had today, as of right now. 13,617 steps.
An official 10K.
So 10 kilometers today. We got one more hard day of sightseeing in Pompeii tomorrow, and then we get to go lay on a beach. I'm very, very much looking forward to the beach in Cagliari. Ciao, Roma.
Ciao, Roma.
So that's going to wrap it up for today.
And we had a great time in Rome, but we're back on the ship and we ended the night with some wine tasting.
A black glass wine tasting, actually. It was really cool. You got to try 3 different wines, and your group had to determine what they were, and it was a little game. We didn't do that well, but we had a lot of fun.
And we got to sample the macarons along with it.
We did pretty well. We just did not tell them we were from California.
Well, thanks again for watching. Catch us tomorrow as we go check out Naples and Pompeii. But we're tired and gonna go hit the hay.
Next time on Core 4 Adventures, join us as we explore the ancient city of Pompeii, uncovering the ruins and glimpsing daily life before Mount Vesuvius' eruption. We'll also enjoy a relaxing afternoon back on the ship, savor dinner at La Cucina, and dance the night away at an 80s party. Don't miss this unforgettable journey.